Okay guys, here we are at part 3 of the video. Again, here's my instance, and what I need here is this IP number, the public IP address of the instance you just created. And what I'm going to go over here is HTTPS, the IP number, full colon, okay, and 10,000. That's the port, and you come to this login. Now the username is root, okay, and the password is whatever you set. So let's go back to, we just finished off the end of one video there, that I'm in this one here. Do you remember back at, where am I here? If I go to the virtualmin documentation here, you can see here I need to issue this one here, where XYZ is the password that I want to use. So again, just by pasting that in, okay, and execute, just take out XYZ and put in your password. I've already done it, so I won't do it again. So that it will change the password. So that password is what you're going to use here. So the username is root, and the password. Okay, login. Okay, so that, okay, login failed. Let me try that again. Okay, so I've logged now into webmin after changing the root user password. And what I'm going to do now is just finish up the system configuration here. So you can see here that we have a post installation wizard. I'm just going to click next here to go over. Okay, and I'm getting a few things. Okay, preload virtualmin libraries. Okay, run email domain. I'm going to more or less accept the lot here. So again, I'm going to actually say yes for the preloaded. Actually, I'll leave. No, I'll just leave a lot of the defaults as they are for memory use. Okay. I'm not just to keep this. If I was running this as a production server, I would enable clam and all of that. Okay. But I'm not going to use an email filter because I won't be using, this is really just set up for education, so I won't use that. I'll click next. I'm just trying to save as much RAM and as much CPU as possible on this particular installation here. So run MariaDB SQL Server DB, yes. I need that for the likes of WordPress and things like that. I'll leave Postgres off at this stage. I'll click next. Set your MySQL password if you haven't done it already. Okay, okay, I'm just going to move this down out of view, and I'll set the password. Okay, on this. Okay, and click next. So just it's so I'm not putting my password out on the whole thing. Okay, I'll just bring it back into view. Okay, and I'm going to leave more or less the default settings here that we're connected to. So I'll click next. Okay, and again, if you were okay, primary name server IP, it's picking up the internal one I've used for the internal IP address there of the EC2 instance I used. Okay, I could skip the check there for resolvability on that. Or else I could put in my own name servers there. I'm going to start passwords in plain text. Okay. Again, if I check that, I would have only hash passwords start. again, if I again like that on a production server, I would do that. Okay. Enable SSL on your default server. Yeah. Set up the default server. Yeah, happy enough there with those. And just let it finish the installation. Okay, or the post wizard, and then I can start doing things like setting up servers and stuff like that. Okay. Okay, so once that's done, you can see there all is done. Okay, click next, and more or less that finishes the configuration wizard for this. Okay, so now I can create websites. So again, a new website of this is called a virtual server. Okay, so by clicking that, you can just put in the domain name and stuff like that. Again, once you have one there, you can edit it. Okay, there's the default one that went in for that. Okay, you can see here I've got users. Again, that's the default user put in there by the thing. This one here, install scripts. Okay, again, what I can do here, you can see PHP, MyAdmin, Django, but I've got WordPress there. Okay, so that would allow me to, as if I was setting up a new, if I was setting up a new website, I could actually have a default WordPress for that. Okay, so again, I could put that into, I could show install options there and put it in. So whenever anybody gets, I'm setting up a new, if you want to call it website, I will have the option to automatically install WordPress there as a thing. Okay. That meet the requirements. Okay, I don't have everything up to date on that. I'll have to go back into the configuration manager there. Okay, so you can see there admin options. Okay, disk usage, and all of this kind of stuff I have. Okay, my connection was lost there. Okay, not to worry. I'll get it back now in a second. Okay. So again, you know, server configuration, DNS records, IP, the whole lot. You've really got everything there on this. Okay, file manager. Okay, and services. Okay, PHP 7.4 is pre-installed. As I was saying there, and if I have a look at system settings, account plans, this is where I'd set up an account plan, the default plan, how much space that person would get or whatever, how many domains, mailboxes, etc. Okay, and so I've got a lot of services on this, which would really take us a whole lot of time to go through. But basically, if you're happy enough, okay, that you've got this far, okay, you should be, if you've got this far, okay, you have a fully functional web server up and running on your EC2 instance. Okay, we'll do some more on this again, but thank you for your attention.